A very good afternoon to all the Toastmasters and guests. I, Toastmaster Ali Asher Anjungi, in the Secretary of Karachi Toastmaster Club, welcome you all in another not ordinary meeting of Karachi Toastmaster Club. Today, I will will ensure the extravaganza of uh, eloquence, passion, and compassion because we all are the Toastmasters. And and today we have a theme of Eid that is just yet to come in other 2 days. So without further ado, I would like to hand over the charge to the president, the captain of the ship, Toastmaster Urusa Kaval. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ali Asher. Welcome everyone to another meeting of Karachi Toastmasters Club, the pre-Eid edition. I'm sure you are all very excited for Eid, and I can see Ramadan meetings had quite an effect. There was a lot of chatter, a lot of conversation post starting this meeting, and that was a very positive sign. It was a really nice chatter that has made us. The spirit of Eid yet to come. I really don't have anything specific to say about Eid. We all know what Eid is, what it signifies, and what it stands for. A month of working towards something and then celebrating it at the end. And we do that in all things in life. We work towards a goal and then we celebrate it at the end. Right? We do that a lot of times. So with that, let's move on to the next segment, the business segment. Do we have anything in the business segment?
Yes, we do quite a bit. In fact, first of all, as was earlier notified in our meeting, which was not last week, only 3 days ago, the deadline for filing for XCOM nomination roles has been extended. So you have 1 week more. Everyone, anyone who's interested in any role, please file your nominations to Toastmaster Hina or Saf Ali. That was the first business segment. The second was that just to report, because we haven't reported it for a while now. In fact, we have never reported it. So just to report that in terms of our finances and thanks to the renewals, we have around 18 or 19,000 rupees back in our account balance, which is in addition to our earlier balance. So that is something that is supposed to be reported. Thirdly, and of course, that money has been charged to all the renewal members, and it is for club expenses, trophies, certificates, and anything else that might come up. Thirdly, I just had a little bit of a report card to show, which is something called our Ramzan report card. And as Toastmaster Rusa mentioned, we had an extraordinary Ramadan this time. In fact, we were always reluctant that, we didn't know what would be the take up during the Ramadan meeting, but it was extraordinary by all respects. So let me just share a slide aiming to show what we have accomplished during this Ramadan. So first of all, this is our meeting number 5 during Ramadan. Secondly, we had period 4 meetings. We had different themes, and those themes were exceptionally well carried out during our meetings. So this is something we are improving at. And secondly, we had 27 projects and we had 17 education awards during Ramadan alone. And the most special thing is that many of those projects, in fact, more than half of those projects were keynotes, panel discussions, or the longer pathways projects. So not only our members stepped up to the plate during Ramadan. In fact, they did it far more enthusiastically than even during non-Ramadan meetings. So this is a tribute to everyone who's in the meeting and who's not in the meeting, but this is a tribute to our members. This is extraordinary. I challenge any club on this planet, any club consisting primarily of Muslims on this planet I don't think any club will be able to match this level of performance. Uh, but consisting of fasting Muslims, right? So I added that modifier. So with that, I hand over the charge back to our president. Over to you, Matt.
Thank you so much, Aditya Abdullah, for that report. With that, we move on to the rest of the meeting. And to conduct the rest of the meeting, we have our Toastmaster of the evening. You all know him, and he has joined us after a very long time. Over to you, DTM Sharon.
Thank you. Thank you, President. I hope I am audible. Am I audible? That's great. Welcome, everyone. Eid Mubarak. I've been specifically told to start our meeting today with Eid Mubarak. And again, this is an amazing meeting, no doubt about it. First, because we are holding a Ramzan, we are holding a meeting in Ramzan, and trust me, there are only few clubs who are going to dare to hold meetings during Ramzan from the very beginning. And then it is our second online Ramzan, and third, we are having this meeting during a pandemic. So it is no doubt an achievement. And Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid just made us realize that how far we have come. And even now, as before the meeting, we were talking with each other that so much progress have been made, and Pakistan has never been closer from becoming a district. And why am I so excited about this particular phrase? Because in the past, what happens is there are some countries with so many clubs that they can have this status of district on their own. Countries like Pakistan, which are small or which have very small clubs, they are always advised to join another district. We were either asked to join India, which is practically impossible for so many reasons, especially in those times. Nowadays, it is online meetings, so it is sort of a now possible, or Middle East. But now, finally, we are becoming a district, or we are very close to becoming a district. This is something which needs to be appreciated and which needs to be cherished. And I'm pretty much sure and we had these three idealists, Toastmaster Talab and Hamid, Imran, and our president Urusa. I'm pretty much sure when in the past they used to say that one day we are going to become a district, the Toastmaster community, or at least I would say that these people are not practical, they are just dreaming. But now in 2021, it is finally achievable. It is finally very close, and it is only due to their hard work, their dedication, and their continuous progress. A small step, one day at a time, one meeting at a time, 1 month at a time, and now look at it. And now look at where we stand in 2021. So this is amazing, and this is commendable, and I hope we will continue striving towards this goal, and eventually we will reach our destination, and inshallah we will be declared district very soon. Uh, Moving on, as we all know today, I don't think so that we have any guests, so we all know the normal procedure or the normal routine of Toastmasters meeting. We have three segments. We will start with prepared speeches session, and then we will move on to table topic sessions, and in the end, we are going to have evaluation session. For evaluation session, our general evaluator of the day is going to be Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, a very dedicated, enthusiastic, and exciting Toastmaster. I personally learned a lot from him, and I have seen him progress so much in such a little time. It was just like that. I still remember his first speech, and he was so much confused and perplexed. And now he is one of the big guys, the strong players, the heavy hitters. So I'm looking forward to see the entire session by him. And for roles, we have grammarian today. So it was supposed to be Azaz Mehman, and I think Azaz Saab has not joined us yet. And then it was supposed to be taken up by Talha bin Hamid. But
No.
if anyone is here,
Actually, Toastmaster Wajahat has taken up this role. So over to you. Yeah.
Okay, this we need to remember that as a Toastmaster, whenever we are asked to speak, we should never say no. So even if a role is being offered, please say yes. That is the true spirit of Toastmasters. So Toastmaster Wajahat, you are the grammarian of the day. Please explain your role.
You are talking about grammarian of the day? You're talking about me?
Yes,
Yes, yes.
grammarian. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, sorry, I think my internet is not stable, but let me try to speak. I am going to listen all the people very carefully and try to find out that what kind of mistake as regarding to grammar they are making. And at the end of the day, at the end of the meeting, I will try my level best to notify every single mistake and mention in front of you all. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wajahat, our grammarian of the day. Then we have timer, Toastmaster Hiba Rais. Toast.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. As the timer, I would be timing the entire session from the start to finish. And that is, we started around, I joined late, I suppose 12:05, we started in between. And till the end, I would be timing the entire session from the table topic to the prepared speeches to the general evaluation, everything. And at the end, I would be presenting my report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiba Rais. She is a timer of our day, or as I would like to say, dictator of the day, because she will command, she will direct who may speak and or who may not speak. Moving on, we have our counter. Our counter is Toastmaster Mohammad Azhar. Azhar. So Toastmaster Mohammad Azhar, please explain your role.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Basically, a person who is standing behind the counter is to note down the unnecessary sounds, uh, filler words, which impair the effectiveness of the speaker to deliver their speech. And I'm going to note down them because many of us, excluding DTM Talab and Ahmed, all of us are vulnerable to commit those mistakes. So I'm going to note down them and I will try to reproduce a report in the end of the session to tell my participants where they are supposed to stop them, how they are doing it, and how they're supposed to stop them. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar. Then we have the vote counter, the most controversial role in Toastmasters, Election Commission of Toastmasters, Talha bin Hamid. Talha bin
Yes.
Hamid, please explain your role.
Thank you so much. So during 4 occasions in the meeting, you'll be asked to vote for the best prepared speaker, best table topic speaker, best evaluator, and best pick four. On all of those 4 times, you will be asked to vote via Zoom poll. So the poll will be floated. In case that fails, a Google poll will be floated. As a vote counter, I cannot vote until there is a tie. And sorry, as a tech host, I'll take the liberty to request everyone to turn on their videos because it will be better that way. There's no point in having a meeting and just staring at blank pieces. So yeah, over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, timer. Actually, you are right. Opening up the screens really enlarges our scope. In the last meeting, I tried doing that. We were asked to open our screens, and that really enhanced the level of interaction with the meeting and the speakers and everything. So yes, I will advise everyone to please open their screens if it is possible for them. Then Word Master, Toastmaster Azaz Mehman. Again, he's not present.
Actually, yeah. Actually,
So,
Toastmaster Azaz had identified the word of the day. So the word of the day is extravaganza. And Toastmaster
extra.
Eliasha Ranjum has already used it once. Extravaganza means fun, frolic, grand gala, a grand event, which has positive and joyful connotations. So yeah, I just made that up. It's not in any dictionary. So, but we all know what extravaganza means. So everybody, please use extravaganza during this spectacular extravaganza. Over to you.
Thank you, Word Master, Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid. And last but not the least, the most entertaining part of Toastmasters, listener of the day, and that is Toastmaster Taha. So Toastmaster Taha, if you are with us, please explain your role.
The Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters, and I guess there are no guests, so I just pick it out. Being a good listener is just important as being a good speaker, as you all know that. The listener, I will note all the interesting things, the speeches, and since there are two speeches today, so I'm going to take out some things from the table topic session as well. And from that information, I'm going to ask some extravaganza questions at the end of the meeting to see anyone was paying attention to all the meeting or not. So thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Taha. And last but not the least, we have our joke master, Toastmaster Ali Hassan Babar. So Toastmaster Ali Hassan Babar, please share a joke.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. And to be honest, as you can all see and feel, I just woke up. I didn't figure out any joke.
Well, that is funny.
But let me come up with a one that might be interesting to Toastmaster family. So, like generally, I do not like the capsicum at all. And mostly I like only one type of capsicum, that is used on the topic of pizza. Thank you so much.
So that the punchline. Okay, this is a good joke. We don't know when it ended. If it just got ended. Toastmaster
I
Ali,
hope
is
we
the
all
joke
can
over?
relate with it. Yeah.
Okay. So now I would like to invite the professional joke master, Toastmaster Ibarais. Do you have any joke? I know you must have you must have a joke with you. Please do share if you have.
Okay.
And we can use the Basi jokes as well, no problem.
No, this time actually the note the roles that I perform in Toastmaster, I usually make a notebook out of it. I write it in a notebook, and recently I just changed my notebook because the previous one was finished. So all the old jokes are in the previous one. So I do not have any jokes with me. I can Google it if you want. I don't
You
have.
can.
Okay, after
Because
the speeches, she can go for a joke.
but I am warning you, if you are going to start without her now, so it is going to jinx the meeting. It is now becoming a tradition, so I am going to insist. But anyway, Toastmaster Iman is right. We should not waste any more time, and we can start with our second session with the prepared speaker. Today we have a lovely, small but effective and efficient panel of speakers. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Ali Ashar, and he's going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Rusa Kamal. So Toastmaster Rusa, if you are ready, you can explain Toastmaster Ali's role.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Ali Ashar is giving his speech from level 5. His project title is Serving in Your Volunteer Organization. The speech title is My Share in the Ocean. The project objectives are for the member to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer organization and to share some aspect of serving as a leader in a volunteer organization. The speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Ali Ashar.
So
Am I audible?
Toastmaster Ali Ashar? Yes.
Okay. Once upon a time.
LTM Ali, could you hold on for a minute? Sorry, I had to start the stopwatch. I'm so sorry. I didn't. Yes, now start.
Once upon a time, a mentee walks towards his mentor and says that I have a glass of water. I have a dusty hand and a dirty handkerchief. But I only have this limited amount of water. What should I do? Should he, he remove the dirt or the dust from my hand, or uh, I should wash the, the handkerchief? The mentor politely told him that you must wash the handkerchief. Your hands will automatically washed. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. We always said we don't have times for things. We always says that we are too busy. But it's all about management. There are some wonderful actions that can provide you multiple skills. And here's my story of being the surgeon at arms of Karachi Toastmasters. I want to be an eloquent speaker and also want to inculcate leadership skills in me. But I have a limited amount of time, the water. So I joined the XCOM of the Karachi Toastmaster Club. Because one of the great scholars says that if you want to wash your hands, you should wash your handkerchief. It's all started when I joined Toastmaster Club. And after 2 months, I received a call from Toastmaster Imran that can you be the Sergeant at Arms at the district annual conference? I said, I think about it. Say why he is approaching me. And then I say, okay, I should do that thing. And then last year in election, I elected as the Sergeant at Arms of Karachi Toastmasters. When I reached to my friends, they all says that why are you doing things? They're not paying you. Why are you volunteering in an organization? So, as you all know that I am the Toastmaster and quite eloquent due to my this characteristic. I narrate a story to them. And what was that story? I want to share with you all. What was that story? Once upon a time, there was a king who was battling with some disease. And for the cure, he need milk, a flansra of milk. So he asked all the villagers to pour a cup of milk in the well. And this action should be done at night. All the villagers, one of the villagers think that, okay, there are around 1,000 people in the village. So 999 people are going to pour milk in it, and I am going to pour water in it. So no one knows it. A dawn appears, the sun appears. A king walks towards the well, and there was no milk only water.
5 minutes up.
There was no milk, only water. Because everyone assumed that the other people are going to pour the milk. And after this, narrating this story, I get confident in me and say that, okay, this is an opportunity for me to learn, to challenge myself. And then let's see where I stand. Fortunately, I get wonderful team member in the XCOM of Karachi Toastmaster Club. For the whole 1 year, I always start the meeting. That is a great feeling for me.
6 minutes up.
And then I writing emails to the beach Evaluator and doing all some things. Some of the points were very challenging to me. But as I fulfill them, I feel satisfied and relaxed. And when Karachi Toastmaster Club get the first position, that was a motherly feeling for me. And you cannot assume that. And after 1 year, I find myself, okay, I have achieved something great. And today, DTM just elaborate the whole Ramzan result, and I just feel like, oh, I am in a habit. So for that feeling, I was just a single drop in that ocean, a single drop in this glass, and for that I can claim that I can
30 seconds up.
create the trust of the people. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Asher. Well, you are a non-stop force. I must say, you always make us think, and your depth, and you usually will always opt for speaking about heavy topics, very heavy topics. And I really hope that you will not stop giving speeches and presenting all the projects. So, wish you all the best, Toastmaster Ali Asher, and congratulations. Next, we have Toastmaster Kareem Meghani. He is a passionate speaker, a passionate Toastmaster, amazing human being, and we have heard so many stories today and in his future projects as well. And Toastmaster Kareem Meghani is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Imran Rana. So, Toastmaster Imran, please explain the project.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day, DTM Shahrukh Shanawaz. I'm sure I'm audible. Okay, so fellow Toastmasters and guests, today in this extravaganza meeting, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani will going to delight us with his icebreaker speech. So he's going to deliver his icebreaker speech, and the purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself or herself between his members, club members, and to learn the basic skills of public speech. Time limit is 4 to 6 minutes, and his speech title is very interesting. From a feet to 6 feet. From a feet to 6 feet. Toastmaster Karim Meghani, the stage is yours.
Excuse me, may I request TM Heba just to show the cards or write it down, because it disturbs the speaker. Heba, if you can just write on a paper, green, yellow, red, and just show it on the screen. That will be more than enough.
Yeah, I agree. Just write on a paper, big letters, green, yellow, and red, and just bring them to the screen. And I think that will serve the purpose very well.
Thank you.
I'm
That is a
audible?
good idea.
Yes, you are.
Excuse me, I have to reconfirm that duration is 4 to 6 minutes.
4 to 6
Yes,
minutes.
that's
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
It's an icebreaker speech.
17 inches to 75 inches. When I told my wife this subject for my icebreaker speech for today, she told me, "What are you talking about? Is it something about yourself? It's something about your office, or what you are thinking about to talk about today?" As it's an icebreaker speech, I wanted to talk about 3 kilos to 120 kilos journeys, because that is my weight. But I want to tell more about my height, and that is from 17 inches when I born, and today 75.6 inches. So that is my journey, ladies and gentlemen. Extravaganza, yeah? Toastmaster of the day, and dear Toastmasters and guests, Eid Mubarak first in advance. So today I would be doing my icebreaker speech. This is not the first time. I did it before also. But today I am starting a new pathway, a new journey, motivational strategies. When I talk about this particular pathway, when I looked at this pathway, I thought, what motivates me in my life? And then I start reflecting on my early years. I was born very weak. I was 17 inches tall, but my body was too weak. My mother used to tell me that, when you're born, we were really worried about you. And now, extravaganza, yes? Look at me. Mashallah, 6.3. But this journey have so many steps. I took it. I was not able to cover everything today, but something which motivated me, why I took this particular subject today, why I took this particular title today. Because my early stages, there were several of hiccups, and which was because of my health. And when I look back at that health issues and look at me right now, I say, Alhamdulillah, that hiccups passed, and that motivates me every day. Let me tell you about some of my hiccups in my early days. You know what was my hiccup? When I got born, I was weak. And then, they keep me in the incubator for, I think it was something like 7 days, because I was not able to breathe properly. Now, what happened, that incubator saved my life at that time, as my mother says. But what happened, that I developed asthma. My chest got weak, and then I was having a lot of issues of breathing early in my life. And all this 6 to 7 years of my early years of my life, I was facing this asthma every day. Every day I had breathing issues. Doctor said that, by 18, you will develop the immunity. So keep moving, keep going forward. And my mother and my father, I can tell you, asthma is a really bad thing for a kid in that early stage. Because when you are asthmatic, you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you need someone to help you. And I commend my parents at that time to supported me. But that was a time I had another issue at the school also. Because of asthma, I was not able to run. And I was not able to participate in a lot of sports activities. But that was really frustrating for me inside. Being tall, again, you are sitting on the back bench and you have very less friends. You cannot play sports, so you have less friends. So this all created a lot of anxiety in my particular journey of that early stage. But I passed that journey. I passed that difficult part due to my parents, due to my life, due to my help, my intention that I want to move on. When I look back on that particular journey, it was a very difficult time of my life, and it continued till my engagement. I'll tell you that when I was engaged, when I was 27, I got an asthma attack immediately next day after my engagement. And I was in the emergency room taking oxygen. But I keep moving on from that difficult steps. As an icebreaker, today I want to tell that all what you face in your life, it's just steps. If you go back to these steps, you will tell yourself that I be motivated to move on to another step. This step will pass also. Why I'm sharing this story today? To motivate you. And I will, inshallah, try to motivate you in my all pathways. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani. There are some speeches in which you totally lose yourself. You do not even realize that you are the Toastmaster of the day. This was one of those speeches. I totally forgot that I was supposed to host the entire meeting. So Toastmaster Kareem Meghani, wonderful speech, very nice. So everyone, we are going to have our vote for the best prepared speaker. So please, vote counter, float the ballot.
Toastmaster Heba, what was the time for Toastmaster Kareem Meghani?
And I think it's
Time
our
for
table topic master.
Karim Meghani was 5 minutes 37 seconds.
So I'm afraid there won't be polling needed because Toastmaster Kareem Meghani has won simply by virtue of being within time. So.
And TM Ali Asher Anjum, he was over time. His time was 7 minutes 41 seconds.
Okay, Madam President, what do you say?
In the spirit of Eid.
Extravaganza meeting.
In the spirit of Eid.
Okay, let's have a vote.
Mercy petition.
So we have, okay. So everyone please vote. Best speaker, yeah.
So thank you for our benevolent president. We were able to hold our first elections, and inshallah we will continue to hold all the 4 elections. So moving on to our next segment, table topic session, which is my favorite session. And I always say that this session is the main session, and it actually embodies what Toastmaster is all about. And today, our table topic master is an amazing Toastmaster. He has a great imagination, and he has been a wonderful VP education throughout his entire year. And today, I hope he is going to perform, and he's going to blow all our minds out. So Toastmaster Talha bin Ahmed, the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. And thank you also for raising the audience expectations sky high. That was a great help. So, spirit of Eid yet to come. For some of you may be familiar that, you know, this title is a slight modification of what they say about Christmas, ghost of Christmas yet to come. So I was thinking that, you know, the real joy of any event comes from anticipation. Isn't that right? When we are looking up to an event in our life, a special event, that is where all the joy is. And then that event comes and it passes, and then it leaves a lot of memories. So due to the limitations of human nature, we are so concerned with future and past that we fail to enjoy the present. And that happens even with festivals. So today, our theme will center around anticipation of great life events. And I would request our first speaker to be DTM Samir Hamid Todi. Okay.
Anticipation of great life events. Please, what is the topic?
Yeah. So your great life event that you must have anticipated and felt uneasy about and also excited about is what else but your wedding? So the eve of your wedding. Over to you, DT and Sameer.
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, the theme of the wedding. Well, it's a very interesting thing because the point is that I was not that very keen to get married. I was a natural and still am a natural introvert. And some would say a misanthrope, absolutely and total. And one of the great fears that I had was the responsibility of marriage. Because when you are married, you have to be responsible for your wife and your children. And I wasn't really sure on if I could manage it. So I got married in my 30s after my mother and father put a gun to my head. And it wasn't great anticipation. I thought that, all right, let me get through this. But on the whole, marriage has been a wonderful thing. And as I said, that God certainly has a sense of humor because I was always afraid of responsibility. And after 2 years of marriage, I had quintuplets, which were 5 children born at one time. So somewhat unusual. And then 10 years down the line, I had another young daughter. So a gap of 10 years now, the older ones are adults now. They're studying or have graduated. The younger one is 12. She's still in school. And that's how life is. One kind of proposes things, one kind of think that, oh my God, I'll plan this, I'll plan that. And I think the main thing that you should have, whether it be marriage or anything else, don't have very high expectations. Go with the flow and try to handle things. But if you're going to go into something, be responsible. Be absolutely responsible that, if you're going to go to marriage, it has to be with the full responsibility. If you're taking a role in Toastmasters, it has to be with full responsibility. And that's all I can say. Over to you, TTM Tala.
Thank you so much, DT and Sameer. I'll just ask Toastmaster Hiba, are you showing the timing cards?
I just wrote, green, yellow, and red, and flashed it in the camera. If anyone can see it.
Okay,
I hope you saw it.
Actually, I'm on the phone, so I didn't even see the timer. I was just estimating.
Okay, no worries.
Okay,
no worries. But Toastmaster, just try to flash them for a little longer, so that if the speaker
I think Allah is gone. He's vanished.
He'll be back.
Anyways, I think we should he's the table topping master as well. So
yes.
How
can can we do something? If Toastmaster Hiba note down the timing and Toastmaster Latif just show the signals, if it's easy and if it's comfortable.
I think I'm fine with both. I'm doing it. I'm managing it and flashing it in the camera. I'll do it for longer as well.
Okay, no worries.
The spirit of Eid has suddenly vanished.
Well, should I give the next topic just until Tala comes back? Yeah, go ahead.
Good idea.
All right. Recently, I was reading this poem by Khalil Gibran, Pity the Nation. And one of the phrases that I found very interesting was, pity the nation that acclaims the bully as hero. Pity the nation that acclaims the bully as hero. And for that, I would like to have TM Latif. TM Latif, tell me a little bit more about this.
I'm sorry, sir. Can I have the topic again?
It's a poem by Khalil Gibran, which is quite famous. It's called Pity the Nation. And one of the phrases that stuck into my mind was pity the nation that acclaims the bully as hero. Pity the nation that acclaims the bully as hero. Over to you.
Word of the day, extravaganza.
Yes, but can I apologize for this because I really didn't understand the topic? I'm very sorry.
In that case, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give TM Tala this topic. TM Tala,
Okay.
DTM Tala, I was reading this poem by Khalil Gibran on Pity the Nation. And one of the phrases that stuck into my mind was pity the nation that acclaims the bully as hero. Pity the nation that acclaims the bully as a hero. So,
Okay.
TM Tala, let's see if you can handle this.
Okay, thank you so much. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, pity the nation that worships the bully as a hero. There's another very good name for this, and that is Stockholm Syndrome. We in the subcontinents used to worship idols. Then we were converted to a religion, at least many of us were, that taught us to worship God. But old habits die hard. We still want some idol to worship, and that is usually in a human form. And what's more, the more removed that idol is from humanity, the more ardently we worship them. See throughout our history, decent people with principles don't have great fan followings. Grade A jerks, dictators, killers, murderers, they have all the fan bases. They have millions, in fact, hundreds of millions of fans in the subcontinent. And in fact, disappointingly, even on a worldwide stage, not in terms of militarism or in terms of politics, but in terms of ethics, we are being steadily taught to worship jerks. People, we are taught to idolize the business leaders, the government leaders, the corporate visionaries. If you look at their biographies, you would want to scream in horror because they all were, without variation, absolutely horrible human beings. But guess what? In our business schools, we are taught to idolize them because they are painted as pinnacles of success. And with that comes all the negative things that they did, all their Machiavellian methods that they used to achieve that. And when our young generation also becomes monsters like them, we wonder, why is the world coming to such horrors? So that is the human tragedy. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Actually, over to you, Tabletop Master.
Yeah.
I just kind of jumped in because I think you had the Zoom issues.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, wonderful topic, DTM Sabi. I mean, seriously, you're incomparable. Okay. So continuing our theme, a slightly happier theme of anticipating great events. Do we have our Toastmaster? Yeah.
Sorry, I had to interrupt. Did you manage to see the books that are flashed? The green and yellow color books?
Yes. I think I finished on yellow, if I'm correct.
Yes, thankfully.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So with that, our next speaker would be, okay, let's see. We have our old Toastmaster, Adiba Khurshid, with us. Are you there, madam? Would you like to speak on a table topic?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm not an old Toastmaster, sorry. I attended a couple of meetings with Asad at that time. If you can see the Ers coming in, that's not the classic of Toastmasters. At that time, I had attended a couple of meetings with Asad because he was a very devout follower of the Toastmasters. And he was trying to introduce me to the Toastmasters. So that's my story, basically.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that. But okay, nevertheless, all the same, we would love for you to speak on a table topics. So shall I assign you a topic?
Okay, you can try. I can always give it a shot. I'll be game.
Okay. So today our topic of discussion is, of course, anticipation of big life events. And I want you to cast your mind back, future Toastmaster Adiba, to the night before the big exam.
To the night before the big exam.
The night before the big exam. Word of the day is extravaganza.
Extravaganza. Okay. So I have to use the word extravaganza within my sentences. Am I correct? And basically,
yes.
I'm supposed to develop a kind of a scene as to how I'm feeling regarding. Okay. So
yes.
The night before the exam. I'm sitting and I'm thinking too much in my mind, and I'm overthinking whether I'll do my exam well or not. I'm tensed. I have anxiety, and I can't sleep. And I'm reviewing in that anticipation. I'm opening my books on and on again, and I'm trying to read, review or recap as much as I can. And because my mind is so alert, I'm not able to even absorb as much. I'm so anxious, I'm not able to absorb all the material. I have a lot of anxiety. That's how would I? This is putting me on a spot, really. So I didn't think about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. I wouldn't know how to develop the topic. So I'm I'm rough on my edges right now. I'm rough on my skills. So you have to guide me through this whole process.
Well, I think you did very well, because you took all of us to that big night before the exam. You expressed this perfectly. So okay, and we want you to keep attending these meetings and perhaps become a member, and then you will really shine. That is my guarantee to you. So our next speaker for today is okay. He is Toastmaster Wajahatul Haq. Toastmaster Wajahat. Anticipation, or the eve of that big job, before joining the big job or starting a big business venture. The day before that. Word of the day is extravaganza.
Yeah. Thank you very much for assigning me the topic. Starting a good job, which you were supposed that this is the most extravagant job you were looking for, not extravaganza. So definitely you were so excited. Most of the time you were so excited when I just about to join the job which you are looking for a long time, or you are just initializing your business, because this is the turning point of your life, that you always think about that right now these what about the 6 month or 8 month which are just about to come in my life, these are very crucial. I need to do extravagant effort, and I need to change my life into a well disciplined manner in order to achieve that goal, because these initial stage of every business is very important. Any business or any job is very important to just sustain your position in that organization, or if you are doing to business, so you have to sustain your position into the society, into the business market. So before that night you were definitely we mostly have a lot of plan that how we are going to proceed with it. And at the end of the day, self motivation must be very important, and self discipline, self motivation, and far sightedness we must have to procure all the ideas which are coming into our mind to initiate that business, to bring the progress into that business. We must adopt all these ideas with the positivity and with the excitement. I hope I clear my notions on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Bajat. Okay, so we have had 4 speakers, but one of them was me, and it was not supposed to be me. So I will take liberty and invite one more speaker. Any volunteers? Anyone who would like to come forward for table topics? Toastmaster Imran, I think you are eager to come forward for table topics. Yes, you are.
I second it.
Okay. Okay. So Toastmaster Imran Rana. Anticipation. Anticipating the birth of your first child, the night or the day before the birth of your first child. Over to you. Word of the day is extravaganza.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master, for such an amazing topic. The night before the birth of the first child. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. Okay, before that, we have lost one of our baby due to some reason, and that night was little terrified, because although my wife was very terrified because she was going for the first time, and doctor suggested her that it will be a surgery, not a normal thing. So she was quite terrified. She was quite worrying about that what will going to be happen. But once she went in what we call in that operation theater, after half an hour, she came out, and the nurse came out, and she was carrying a baby, and I was reluctant to hold that baby. When she called that, "Congratulations, it's a boy, you are a father now," then I didn't hold up. I went straight forward towards mosque, and thank God that everything is perfectly fine. It was such an extravaganza for me that means after 3 years and loss of one baby, we finally became the father of a child. Over to you, table topic.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Imran Rana. And I mean, all of us who had kids, I believe we can totally relate to what you were feeling at that point in time. So, okay, with that, I will now hand over the charge back to our Toastmaster of the day. But before that, I'll ask the timer whether everyone qualified.
Yes, everyone's qualified except for guest Adiba. She took 59 seconds. That's about
okay.
The rest are qualified. Under 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay, yes, sorry, guest Adiba took 59 seconds, and other so everyone else was within the time, right?
I'll just tell the time. DTM Samir took 1 minute 57 seconds. DTM Tana took 2 minutes 11 seconds. Guest Adiba took 59 seconds. TM Wajahat took 1 minute 52 seconds. TM Imran took 1 minute 56 seconds. That's it.
Okay. Thank you so much. So I believe all are qualified, because 50 seconds is the minimum threshold in a table topics contest, right? No. Okay,
yes,
but yeah. Okay. So I'm floating the poll, everyone, and please vote for your best favorite table topic speaker. Just give me a few moments. And yes, it should be up right about now. And meanwhile, over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Table Topic Master. That was an amazing session, and we were all a bit surprised. First, Toastmaster Latif got surprised because he was not expecting. Then the Table Topic Master got surprised because he was not expecting. Then Toastmaster Imrana got surprised because he was not expecting. So yes, it was a frenzy of surprises, and I guess this is what the table topic should be all about. That you should be at your toes at all the time. Anyone can call out your name. So don't be even if you are a table topic master, even then you can end up presenting a table topic speech. And what I liked about Toastmaster Talha bin Hamid is that he did not started telling us the rules that no table topic master cannot give a speech or he cannot participate in the voting. Instead, he took up the charge and he took up the he accepted the topic and started speaking. So that is the spirit that we should always uphold. And Toastmaster Latif felt the topic was very difficult. Trust me. If they would have asked me that if Toastmaster Samir has given me the topic, trust me, I wouldn't be able to hold like Toastmaster Talha did. So that was an amazing demonstration by everyone, and this was a very great table topic session. But now moving on to our third and final session, which is very important. We all know general evaluation is a very important session because whatever we have done, whatever we have seen, whatever we have learned, we need to compile everything up and to conclude it in a nice way. And today's general evaluator is an amazing person. I have seen him join Toastmasters and I have seen him grow. And this person has so many talents, I must say. In every speeches, he is dressing up in a new way, presenting his speeches in a new way, presenting props in a new way. It's a meeting. How can I do something new? So it is so many new with him that I have lost count of it. So anyway, without any ado, I would like to invite Toastmaster Mansoor, dedicated and motivation Toastmaster, to be surprised.
Thank you, DTM Shahrukh. Eid Mubarak to everyone in advance, and I hope it will be a similar one as what I am having it. Maybe after many, many years, 6 to 7 years, after 6 to 7 years, I am going to celebrate Eid with my parents, with my family over here. So this is one of the special one for me, an extra one for me. First of all, I will apologize for the not attempting the table topic. Seriously, it was like bullies of the hero, and I was like, oh wow. It just came. Firstly, I was thinking that DTM Samir is just saying that I was reading this book and I liked it and all, and finally it just came to a topic and Latif just come over. And sorry, DTM Samir, I just disappointed you. I could not understand myself also. I should have attended. For this meeting, it was really an amazing one. Starting from the moment the Toastmaster of the day explained the theme of the meeting, the role players. Let's jump into the first evaluator, the table topic evaluator, TM Ali Ashar Anjum, to please Ali Hassan Babar, to please evaluate the table topic speakers.
Thank you, Toastmaster Latif. So I'll be starting off with the evaluation of table topic session. Again, I was expecting it to be on the second, first the prepared speeches. A lot of surprises today. Okay, starting with the
I can do that. I can do that. If you want, I can do it later.
Distinguished. No. Perfect. Thanks for another extravaganza. Starting off with the evaluation of TTM Sameer. Well, it's just like Suraj ko charag dikhana, something like that. Evaluating the mentor of mentor. It's not easy, but let me give it a try. Marriage has been a wonderful thing. You were confident and your body language was pretty much open. You were moving your arms and your body right in line with the content of your speech. And the best part was throughout your table topic session, you had a consistent smile on your face, which showed you were confident and you were up for the challenge of table topic. And then the only thing I could figure out, although I'm sure it's not part of your speech generally, this time it was maybe because you were not really prepared to be called on the stage, switch to stage for the table topic. It didn't have any dialogue or any inflection in the tone, and I think this is the thing which I found missing in all of the table topics, not in just yours, in almost all of the table topics. Maybe because we are not that energetic and not that thoughtful because of fasting, the energy level is a bit low, and that definitely affects our table topic session. So only that thing was, I think, missing in that entire table topic session. Otherwise, you were confident, you accepted a challenge, and you aced it. Be responsible for the role you take. That was a wonderful ending. Then second surprise, what should I say? The surprise Toastmaster table topic speaker was DTM Talha. Again, not prepared at all. We called out, pity the nation that acclaims the bully as hero. And I'm sure none of us would have even spoke on the topic if assigned. And he took up the challenge. He had a very confident start, always on toes. He started from the history of South Asia related to the topic. And then with a very rich content, he completed the table topic session. Again, only area of improvement that was identified only for today was the dialogue, the inflection. Otherwise, everything in your table topic session was perfect. TM Adiba, and talking about TM Adiba, like all of us, she was also not prepared. So for the night before the exam, she had some crisp nouns, crisp adjectives to portray the story. I was tense. I could not sleep. I could not absorb anymore. And I think all of us can relate to it. That was wonderful usage of words. And just one tip for you, future TM Adiba, that keep coming over and you will learn from DTMs like DTM Talha, the seasoned Toastmasters like DTM Sameer. And once you are regular, you will know how to build up the story, how to think on your feet, think on your toes, and ace the table topic session.
Thank you.
Just be regular
so
and
much.
you will ace it.
So
You're
much.
welcome. And moving on to next Toastmaster Wajahat, the day before starting big job. And I think another topic that everyone has anticipated about, everyone could relate to. Your body language was open. You had crisp content that added to your table topic speech. Again, the only area I could identify was adding some spice, some self-dialogues. Oh, would I be able to do the job? Am I really fit for the job when we go for the big jobs? So anything like that would have added more spice. Just work on it, and it will be a perfect table topic session. And we need a lot of planning to complete big plans. That was a wonderful closing on your part. And lastly, the emotional, the sentimental table topic session conducted by Toastmaster Imran, a night before the birth of a child. Although people like me could not relate to it, but we could feel the roller coaster of emotions we were going through. That was very emotional, very on point. How he started, he has developed some tremendous storytelling skills, and we could feel how he started from the day night before and from to the moment of holding of the baby. The way you developed the story, that was amazing. The only thing I would say is, of course, do not add humor to such table topic session. The only tip I have for you is place the camera properly so that we can see you properly, not something like this. Something like this at your face level. Otherwise, your content, your flow of speech, your confidence, your stage fright, your no stage fright, emotional, using the words like after we had a baby, it all felt like we were at the crest of emotions. On the whole, wonderfully done. The energy level was a bit low, probably because of fasting. Hoping to see the energy level going high up again, as it normally is right after music. Thank you so much.
Thank you, table topic evaluator TM Ali Hassan Babar. Wonderful evaluation. And you could have added my name also. Never give up. Just attempt. Now let's move ahead for the prepared speech sections evaluation. And our first speaker was TM Ali Ashar Anjum, and his speech was evaluated by none other than TM Arusa Kawal. TM Arusa Kawal, please, if you can give the evaluation of TM Ali Ashar.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. TM Ali Ashar was giving his level 5 speech, and he told us how he went through the whole process of being a sergeant at arms. TM Ali Ashar, let me tell you, you have come a long way, not just as a speaker, but as a leader also. Being part of the XCOM, you played a role that was not just pivotal in getting and preparing our meetings on time, it meant a lot beyond that also. You played the role of an SSA, not just in our meetings, you played that role across district. And if I'm not wrong, beyond that, in a few other districts also. So online, the role has been a little bit reduced, but when hybrid meetings come on, your role, the Sergeant at Arms role, has become a lot more complicated. What I really liked about your speech was your smile that was continuous during the speech and really vibrant. Your art of storytelling, you incorporated 2 stories in a very, very short time span. That was a really very wonderfully done. The other thing that I liked was your composure. It was collected, it was confident, and it was very, very well done, I must say. It felt like an achievement was achieved. So that was really well done. What I missed in your speech basically was the movement. You seem to move out of the frame to get your props. Maybe you can keep your props closer to you so you don't have to move out of the frame a lot of times. As far as the objective of the project is concerned, it is achieved. And I look forward to hearing more of those speeches. And since it is level 5, probably 2 more speeches to go. And the role of an SSA was very well done throughout the year. Hats off to you. Thanks to you and hats off to you. And best of luck for the next role, whatever you take. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, President.
Sorry. Excuse me, Madam Timer, are you online?
Oh, good if she is.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Did you time Toastmaster research evaluation?
Yes, obviously I did. Obviously.
Okay, but you didn't show the cards. I think your screen was off.
Her entire time was 1 minute 59 seconds.
Okay, so that's a great example of accidentally things falling into place. Perfect. So, Mr. General Evaluator, please continue.
But I had to ask DTM Tala, should I flash the cards for even the evaluator? You know, the green, yellow, and red card?
Yes, of course.
Okay, okay.
Let's move on. Our next speaker was TM Kareem Meghani, and his speech was evaluated by TM Imran Rana. TM Imran Rana, please, if you can evaluate.
Okay. Thank you very much, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. From a feat to a succeed. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a good thing about an icebreaker speech is that you have a chance to tell us about yourself once again in front of the audience. And we came to know something new about yourself. You started with dialogue between your wife and yourself, and it's more like a good start. And I found some humor and interesting thing in that. Then you throw a question about what motivates you and eventually grab the audience attention. And we came to know about initial days of your childhood. Born 17-inch height, but not strong enough to breathe. I like the way you relate minor problems to hiccups and explain hiccups one by one. Born weak, spend days in incubators, fight with asthma till the age of 16, and then not able to participate in sports because of asthma and not having friends. In all these situations, you happen to stay positive and motivated with the support of your parents and came out victorious. I discovered uh, I discovered the secret of your good health is that you always thanks for everything. That's a wonderful thing. The extravaganza of the speech of your speech was the message. All you face in life, just keep moving and keep yourself motivated. That's wonderful and that's quite inspiring and motivated. Overall, it was a wonderful speech delivered with confidence and with perfectly aligned body language, especially the hand gestures. All I think if you could use your camera in a landscape mode so that you could have more space to move yourself to use the stage according to the flow of the speech. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed and I'm honored to evaluate your icebreaker speech. Congratulations for delivering such an amazing icebreaker speech. Over to you.
Thank you, TM Imran Rana. Yes, it was an amazing icebreaker speech. Let me comment on both the speakers. TM Ali Ashar Anjum was giving a speech, and one of the story which I really loved it, the way he explained to hit two targets with one arrow. And I really loved the way he explained the water and the cloth and his hand to clean. Secondly, of course, Karim Meghani, keep moving, no matter how tall you are. We used to make fun of his height, but I never knew that. How was your childhood? I'm really inspiring today. Thank you. Now let's move on for the role holders report. And my first, okay, best evaluator. Let's vote for the best evaluators. Yes.
Please continue, Toastmaster.
Can I have TM Bajahat for the grammarian report, please? TM Bajahat. TM Bajahat, you're on mute.
Okay, now am I audible? Yeah. Actually, I am new one in the group, so I don't want to mention the name, but I got something which I need to address today, because it is not very important that name should be mentioned as far as my notion is concerned, but you know better, you are the club runner. So this is extra, it was an extravaganza meeting. It was not that, it was extravagant meeting. Someone used extravaganza questions. So it was not extravaganza question, it was extravagant questions. Because extravaganza is the noun and extravagant is the verb. We always said we don't have time. We always says we don't have time. I narrate a story. Actually, it was mentioning the past tense, so I narrated a story. I was not able to participate. It was a past tense, but someone used I am able to participate. I am thinking, overthinking. So that is also something. I am really inspiring today. These some kind of sentences were being used in the meeting. As far as the remaining part of the meeting is concerned, the grammar, the English was better than me, and it was awesome. Thank you very much.
One thing which I would like to correct TM Bajaj, there is nothing called new. We are always learning from one another. So
it is the great way to escape.
Thank you. Let's invite TM Mohammed Asgar. He is the counter for today. TM Asgar, for your report, please. Asgar Ramzan in Eid. Okay. Shall I? TM Taha Hassan, please, let's have your listening skills. Let's test your listening skills.
Okay. I'm testing your listening skills or your guys are testing mine? Okay, nevertheless.
First, we have to see how much you have noted for us.
Okay. So, thank you, General Evaluator and the Toastmasters today present in the meeting. So I've got some questions and I'm going to check whether you are attentive in the meeting or not. So one question, it's really a really funny question. It was a person who said, married on the gunpoint by his mother and father. Do you know who was it? Anyone?
Toastmaster Samir.
Samir Dodi. So something happened on the gunpoint. And one more question is, congratulations, it's a boy. You are a father now.
Imran.
Imran. Oh, that's great. And one more question. 3 kgs to 120 kg journey. It was right.
Karim
Meghani.
Okay, and one more, a tough question. This is a really good one. Who broke the ice into pieces today as well as his past health issues? Who broke the ice? Okay.
Toastmaster Karim.
Nice. Okay, for the whole year, I always started the meeting. Who was that poor little fella? Okay. One more. A single drop in the glass or the ocean? Great. So we humans want to worship something in human form. This is really deep. One more. Be absolutely responsible with marriages. Now this is a good point for me. Absolutely responsible with marriages. Toastmasters. Great. Okay, plan the night before. No, plan on the big night before the dream job or the business. Who was planning? Wajahat. I hope his plan went well. And okay, the last question was, who had trouble playing sports due to his health issues?
Kareem Meghani.
Karim.
So you all people were really attentive, and I guess my report was not that fun, but it was a little bit good. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Taha Hassan. Now let's have timers report. TM Heba Reis, please, if you can give the timers details.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Okay, the session started around 12ish and I joined the session late after 12:05. The prepared speeches started around 12:32. PM Ali Ashar Anjum took 7 minutes 41 seconds, whereas his allotted time was 5 to 7 minutes. And PM Karim Meghani took 5 minutes 37 seconds, and his allotted time was 4 to 6 minutes. And then the table topic session started at 12:52. DTM Samir took 1 minute 56 seconds. TM Tana took 2 minutes 11 seconds. Guest Adiba took 59 seconds. TM Majahat took 1 minute 52 seconds. TM Imran took 1 minute 56 seconds. Then the general evaluation started at 1 minute 1 o'clock 1:16. The table topic evaluation took 6 minutes 1 second. The prepared speech evaluation, TM Urusa took 1 minute 59 seconds and TM Imran took 2 minutes 28 seconds. That's about it. The fifth. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Heba. Thank you, TM Heba, for this detailed report of yours. And you were really on your toes today, I understand, because of quick session going up and down. No rest. Let's move ahead to my report. Today,
wait, word master.
I apologize. DTM Tala, please, if you can give your report.
No. Thank you so much because today so many people use the word of the day that I was very anxious to actually advertise that. So the word was chosen by our designated word master, Toastmaster Azaz Memon, who could not join for some reason, but I believe it was really in keeping with the spirit of the meeting. So of course I used it. I used extravaganza quite extravagantly, and I used it like 5 times extravagantly, or 6 times. So I can keep increasing to infinity. Toastmaster Taha Hassan used it once, Toastmaster Imran Rana twice, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani twice, Toastmaster Wajahat thrice, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali thrice, and Toastmaster Ali Babar Hasnan once. So with that, over to you, General Evaluator.
Is TM Asghar going to come? Actually, I missed out. He didn't show up for this counter report. Asghar Ramzan. TM Asghar Ramzan, are you there? Okay, I'll give my report. Today meeting was little extravaganza just because it started with a GIF advertisement. Or maybe the excitement was started since we had our last meeting on Saturday. So there was something going on that we will celebrate, be it a short meeting, but a wonderfully arranged meeting. All the role players, all the speeches, everybody showed up, and kudos to DTM Talha that you keep that moment for us engaging every now and then. Then it started with the business section. The business section was really brilliantly expressed. And I love the moment where you shared that we had 5 meetings, and then you said you can challenge each and every club of how many educational awards has been taken. Why I'm appreciating this, because this does not only give the club as a name, but individually each and every Toastmaster present will see the value what the mentor or the DTM has given it to the club, that members are first. So I loved really the way the business section was brilliantly expressed. Secondly, the role players, I really liked the way the grammarian showed up, and there were moments of glitches where I understand it was noon, little bit of last days of Ramadan, people might be tired of, but yes, everybody showed up. A question to everyone, are we camera shy?
Yes, we are.
You could not have answered because your camera was on. Because I saw the tech host, the respected DTM Talha, the VP Education, messaged and requested and has done everything. But then still, most of us went camera. We showed that we are camera shy. We did his message as unheard. and we the message unseen, something like that happened. So a few things actually when we have so much of into Eid and festival and everything. Yes, it's nice to have it a camera on. One more, but the last. Actually, I think that meeting should be concluded in 1 hour or 1 hour, and it's been extended for 45 minutes. But I think that's the joy of KTC. We love being together for longer and longer durations. Once again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity and selection of table topics. DGM Talha, when your internet went off, DGM Samir, you took up a challenge to show up, and I admire each and every one. I love the moments which I share with KTC and you one and all. It's a lot to learn more, and hopefully I one day will be a book reader also, which I am not. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Latif. A brilliant session. And I will say that yes, Toastmaster Latif is absolutely right that the importance of business session is, first I used to ignore it, and I would think that the business session is just something which we are supposed to do. But now I totally realize that yes, it actually helped us see what we had done in our previous meeting and how far we have come since then. So the business session is really very important, and thank you for pointing that out. And before I try to conclude today's meeting, I would like to ask vote counter to float the vote for the big four. And
actually I will, but can we please ask Toastmaster Asghar if he's there?
Toastmaster Asghar, are you with us?
His R counter report was remaining.
He has become into spirit of Eid future.
Yeah.
I doubt we are going to get him in the present. So anyway,
okay.
Moving on. So there are some important lessons that I have learned from today's meeting. Toastmaster Ali Ashar, you have been Sergeant at Arms throughout the entire year. A secret to you, I have almost hold on to almost all the offices of a Toastmaster club except President. And my favorite office was Sergeant at Arms. Whenever I used to get the chance, I would become Sergeant at Arms, because that way I used to start the meeting every time, and I used to learn all the aspects of the meetings, how to get the setup, to connect all the members, to bother president and VP education, so on and so forth. But nowadays, the role of Sergeant at Arms has greatly evolved. Almost like a tech host, you have to see the online meetings and so on and so forth. So I think I am now, at this age, I don't think so I am cut out for this. But yes, kudos for that. And that post is really important, and I really hope that you have learned a lot from while in office. Toastmaster Ali Hassan, you were a great table topics evaluator today, and you have actually made me fix my camera. Your constant table topics evaluation about fixing our camera has really helped me, because now whenever I am there and something goes wrong, I actually hear your voice that your camera is not fixed. So yes, thank you very much, and that is a very important lesson even in today's meeting. And Toastmaster Samir's line that we need to be prepared to take the responsibility as a family man and to prepare our role and responsibility as a Toastmaster. So that is again very important, because until and unless all of us are really into it and we are really working hard and prepared for tomorrow's meeting, trust me, the meeting is not going to succeed. In fact, it is going to crash, because I think that is the standard model of Toastmaster, and we now all are the seasoned members over here, and we all know that there are basically three parts to prepare a meeting: before the meeting, during the meeting, and then after the meeting. The before meeting part is usually overlooked. That is the most important part. Until and unless you do the before part, trust me, the next day or the next meeting is not going to be a success. And we can all see from all the humbling and bustling and the activities in our WhatsApp group that who is the R counter, who is the grammarian, who is the general evaluator. So again, we need to take these roles very seriously, and we need to get prepared. And this message of Toastmaster Samir from his table topic was amazing. And last but not the least, message from Toastmaster Kareem Meghani's speech: to move forward. No matter what happens, we need to move forward. This message of hope is very powerful, even today's, and especially in these times, in these difficult times, because I know that I have lost so many people since last year due to this coronavirus. And I don't know if I am going to be with you guys in the next year or if anyone is going to be with us in the next year. Not to sound down, but I'm just saying that it is that I'm so happy to be among all positive people and so people that are sharing their personal stories with me, with each other and supporting each other. And I don't know if I can find this kind of gathering anywhere else. And when I'm saying this with my heart that yes, Toastmaster is something out of this world, and this Karachi Toastmaster family, they are amazing people. And whoever's idea was this to hold a meeting before Eid, it was commendable. I salute you, whoever is his unsung hero, because we got the chance to see each other one more time before the Eid, and inshallah we will resume our meeting, our normal meeting Wednesday as always. And I really hope that we have survived 2020, we will survive 2020, and so on and so forth. And inshallah, the pandemic will be over, and we will start having normal in-person meeting in the future, inshallah. With this, I would like to hand over the lectern to our president, Toastmaster Aruza, and hope to see all of you in our next regular Wednesday meeting. President, the charge is all yours.
Thank you so much, DTM Sharaf. That was a wonderful ending to today's meeting. So moving on, DTM Kala, can we float the last poll?
Yes, it's something of a surprise. So we took a decision that we would be having a poll for best facilitator as well. So here it comes. And wait a minute. Actually, so let me just remind everyone that grammarian was just a second. Let me just go through the roles. I don't know why I didn't write the names. Grammarian for today was so this is what happens, okay. Grammarian for today was myself. No, sorry. Grammarian was today was Toastmaster Wajahat, and Wordmaster was myself. Our counter was Toastmaster Asghar. Listener was Toastmaster Taha Hassan, and timer was Toastmaster Hiba Rais Khan. So yeah, everyone please vote. Apology for not noting down the names here. I don't know what I was thinking. So, but I believe your memories are sharp enough. Meanwhile, we can continue, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, DTM Kala. So for the Critics' Choice speaker, which is based on the International Speech Ballot, we have only 2 speakers, and for among those 2 speakers, Toastmaster Kareem, he wins the prize for today. Congratulations, Toastmaster Kareem. Wonderful speech, like always. And Toastmaster Aliyashar, your speech was also very, very good. So if we have voted, we can have the regular votes also. And if we haven't, let's take the comments from the guests. Our guest, Adiba Hushi, your comments about today's meeting.
Assalamu alaikum again. This was my first ever, I've engaged for the first time in a Toastmaster meeting. Before this, as I told you already, I had been attending the meetings, but never engaged in them. So I was put on the spot to participate, which I did try to my level best. It was fairly an enlightening session. And I have learned, I think, a couple of tips from hearing everybody, listening to everyone. I don't know how all your Toastmaster, the way it is organized, the way it's structured. Probably in the days to come, I will learn, the different roles, what those roles mean. For example, the grammarian I understood was the one who was picking up on the mistakes of the participants, if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
In terms of me being camera shy, yes, I wasn't prepared today to come on camera.
It's all right.
But yes, for the next time, inshallah, you probably will see, put a face to my black image. That's about it. And hope to see you all again in the, in the next meeting. I'm excited to learn, excited to grow, if I were to say. I've been an educator for most part of my life. So I think in terms of speaking, I can speak, but yes, it's going to be still nonetheless a learning journey. There's always areas that I can grow into. Thanks so much. Thanks for everybody's input and critique, whatever, the tips and strategies. I've been listening to that. Yes.
Thank you so much, guest Adiba. You already sound like a very good and promising speaker. And thank you for that feedback. And I think we'll be learning a lot from the educator in you as well. So I think I think the other guest, Rabia, she just went offline. DTM Talha, if we have the results.
Yes, we do. For the best speaker, it is Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum. But hand over your award to the president. You know why. Okay. Best table topic speaker was a landslide victory for Toastmaster Imran Rana. Hand over your trophy to me because I gave you that topic. Best evaluator again goes to Toastmaster Imran Rana. So this time, Imran, hand over your trophy to the speaker that you evaluated. Okay. Best Big Four was a very tough contest, but as usual, DTM Shahrukh Shanawaz edged it out just a little bit. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
And best facilitator was also by a good margin goes to Toastmaster Taha Hassan. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Taha. So with that, I think it's a wrap, and we do not have any special announcements to make.
No, just a reminder about applying for the club roles. Yeah. So I'm pausing. So I'm pausing the recording right now, and then we can just say parting remarks.
Toastmaster Imran, you were saying something.